What's up everyone? Today I'll be teaching you how to solve the Pyramorphix. So the reason I'm making this tutorial is because there are a couple of tutorials on how to make this, how to solve this thing, but then most of them are in different languages and you can't understand them. And there are a couple of English tutorials as well, but they've not completed all the cases of the Pyramorphix. Also, I've developed my own method to solve this thing. So I hope that you understand this quite well, because the method that I've developed is similar to solving the Rubik's Cube. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, this is actually a shape mod of the 2x2. I'll explain how that works later on. Next, these aren't actually centers. They can be converted into corners, but in the tutorial I'll be referring these two as centers so that it makes it easier for everyone. Also, I'll be using a couple of notations which are R, U, L, etc. If you know how to solve the Rubik's Cube, then obviously you know what these mean. If you don't know how to solve the Rubik's Cube, well, you should check out another video on how to solve the Rubik's Cube, and well, whatever. Okay, so let's get this guy scrambled. Okay, so I think that's a pretty good scramble. Now what I would do in this case is that, okay, so what do you do in a 2x2 first? You first find a face that you want to solve the white face on. Most cubers use the white, so you actually take two pieces and you put them on a face, then you solve the rest of the white. Similarly, in the Pyramorphix, you're gonna find a center and a corner that has the same color. So here I can pretty much easily see that this green can be paired up with this green, or this blue can be paired up with this blue. So I'll go with the blue. So this blue center piece is gonna get attached to this corner. So I can just pretty much do that, and I can pair those up. You can just pretty much do any random moves to get the center and the corner. Okay, next you want to see what color is on the right of the corner piece that you've just attached the center piece to. So in this case, it's actually yellow. So let's go ahead and find the yellow centerpiece. It's right over here. So if I just do this, I can see that I can bring that up. And to my luck, I've actually even brought up the corner that's supposed to come. So normally this corner wouldn't come up with the center. Well, it would come up if you're quite lucky. But after you've solved these two edges, you want to find the corner piece that comes over here, similar to what you do when you find in a 3x3. Well, this is a 2x2. Sorry, I brought that up. Okay, so you want to find the corner that has another blue and yellow. So one is over here. We don't want to spoil that, don't we? So here is the other blue and yellow piece. Now you want to bring that up. So if it's in another rotation, then what you can just simply do is bring that down, so that it's pretty much over here. So pretty much what you do in this, you find the corner piece that will come over here in between two edges. So this is blue, green, red. This is blue, orange, white, orange, and blue. And you know that over here will come blue, white, red, and blue. So you want to find that piece. So that's right over here. So you bring it down where it's supposed to go. You bring it right below where it's supposed to go, and then you do that R prime D prime R D, R prime D prime R D, R prime D prime R D. That pretty much gets the corner in place. So we're going to do the same thing in this. Bring the corner down of where it's supposed to go, and then apply. This is going to be the R, and that's going to be the D. So R prime, once again R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D. So there you go, you've got the corner piece. Now the next thing you want to do is find the other piece that will go beneath. So after you solve the blue one, you would find the yellow one. Now you've done the yellow one. Now you want to find the red one. So the red one is right over here. So I can just pull that up. And now I want to look for the corner piece that goes in between this. So that corner piece will be red and yellow. And in this case, it's right over here. So there might be pretty much many cases in this, but in this case, it's actually right over here. So you can just pretty much do that R prime D prime R D again. So R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R and D, and that will get the corner in. Now after you've done that, there might be pretty much many cases, but I'll cover those all step by step. One of these cases is this. So this last corner piece, the everything else is solved, but then this guy right here is not. So in this case, this corner has to be twisted like this, but you can't do that like a regular Pyramorphix, can you? So this guy wants to go clockwise. The green has to come here, the red has to go there, and the blue has to go there. So there's a very simple algorithm for this. You want to keep this guy in the bottom right corner, bottom right. And once you've done that, you want to do a U. After you've done that U, you'll get this weird shape. And then you want to apply the R prime D prime R D again. So R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R. So there you go. The Pyramorphix is solved. Okay, so this is one case that you might get. In this case, what has actually happened is that this red centerpiece was actually supposed to come here, and this corner piece is supposed to come over here. So I like to call this case as the corner fallen to the adjacent side, because this corner has actually fallen to the adjacent side. It looks as if. Okay, so in this case, you're going to be using R as this and U as this. That's quite obvious. Now the algorithm for this is 2R, so 1 2 U, and then 2R U prime and 2R. And after this, what you want to do is you want to rotate the entire Pyramorphix 90 degrees back. So you take that thing, shift it back. You want to go to the place where a triangle is already there. And in this case, you're going to be doing R as this and U normally. So again, 2R U prime, and then 2R U, and then 2R. Then you want to line these up, and one layer will be solved. And this case is similar to what had happened before. This is clockwise. But even if it's not clockwise, it's anti-clockwise, then what you just do is, I think I'll explain that later when the time comes. Okay, so this is basically the clockwise. So you keep the corner in the right, bottom right, then you do a U, and then you do R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, and the Pyramorphix will be solved. Okay, so this is one case that you might get again while solving the first layer itself. So what you've first done is solve the blue, then you've solved the green, you've put in the corner, and then you've solved the yellow, but then you can't find the corner piece that will actually come here. It won't be below, but it'll be over here. And then if you move that down, then that guy will get spoiled. So you don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to first put in this corner here. So basically you are actually going to put this one first, but then you're going to put in this one before that. So the corner will be right below, where it's supposed to be, and you can just do r prime d prime r d again. So r prime d prime r d, 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 r prime d prime r d. And then you can go ahead and solve the rest. Okay, so after that you might either complete the entire Pyramorphix itself, or you might get this case or any other case that I'll be completing as well. So in this case, what has happened is the centers are correct, but then this corner and this corner are swapped. So they actually swapped. So in this case, what you want to do, sorry about that, in this case what you want to do is you want to put these corners in the right places, and after that is done, then the centers will actually be swapped. So before, the centers were right and the corners were swapped, but in this case when you do this, the corners are in the right position but permuted wrong, and the centers are in the wrong positions. So in this case what you do is you take the two centers and put them at the back, right like this. You were red and green, they were, you put it at the back. So you perform this algorithm. The algorithm for this is u r u prime l prime u r prime u prime and then l, and in this case it will solve. But then look what happens again. You might get this case, it might either be solved or you might get this case. Okay, so in this case this is similar to the corner fallen to the adjacent side, but there's another missing edge. I mean, it's in the correct position, corner, it's in the correct position, but it's permuted wrong. So you can just pretty much do the r prime d prime r d again by holding this in the bottom and do r prime d prime r d, 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 and then you'll have the perfect corner fallen to the adjacent side case. So once again you can just perform that algorithm that I told you before. The algorithm for that again is 2r u, 2r u prime, 2r, then you take the triangle side, and then 2r u prime, 2r u, and 2r, and then you want to line those up and your Pyramorphix will be solved. Yet again, this is one case that you might get. This is also similar to the corner fallen to the adjacent side, but in this case one centers in the wrong position. So what you want to do about that is you perhaps had started from the green, then you would have come up to the blue, and then you could have got this case. So you don't have to worry about that. You can just put this corner straight in, and then you have the corner over here, so you do r prime d prime, it's a similar one to before, r prime d prime r d, r prime d prime r d, and then you'll get this case again, which is the corner fallen to the adjacent side. So again, once again, this is 2r u, 2r u prime, 2r, then you go 90 degrees, and 2r u prime, 2r u, 2r, and then you line those up and the Pyramorphix will be solved. Okay, so this is another case that you might get. It's similar to the corner which is supposed to being flipped clockwise, but then in this case it's actually anti-clockwise. So in this case what you do is exactly what you do in the clockwise. You take this corner, you put it in the bottom right, you do a u, and then r prime d prime r d, r prime d prime r Okay, so after you do that, this guy will again okay, that was anti-clockwise, and then after you've done that algorithm, you'll notice that this will actually be now clockwise. So again, you do the same thing. You put it in the bottom right corner, you do a U, and then you go R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R, and the Pyramorphix will be solved. One more thing, do not get confused when this case comes up. This is actually not the one that you're supposed to turn these things, and then this is actually the case that it's actually in the right place, but then it's permuted wrong. Same case over here. So in this case, again, you just do R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D, and the Pyramorphix will be solved. Okay, so this is another case that you might get. It might be either this, or it might be either this. It's pretty similar. It's actually the same thing, in which this corner is supposed to be swapped with this one, and when you rotate it, then you get these two. The centers are supposed to be swapped. So if you have a state in which it's like this, then you just do that. I mean, you just rotate them so that the two centers are supposed to be swapped. And if you already have this case, then pretty good. So you keep the two centers at the back, keep them at the back, then you perform this algorithm. It's U R U prime L prime U R prime U prime and L, and then you might pretty much end up with many cases, but this is one that you'll end up most with. And this is the same thing. It's the corner that is fallen to the adjacent side. So just perform the algorithm, turn 90 degrees. I think I performed the wrong algorithm for that. I pretty much messed up. But if you perform the right algorithm for the corner that's fallen to the adjacent side, you'll pretty much solve the Pyramorphix. Or you might get another parity that the corner which is supposed to go clockwise or anti-clockwise. So that's pretty much it. If there are any other cases, then please leave a comment below, a picture or a video response, anything you want to, and I'll be sure to cover that up as well. But I think these are the cases that there are too. So now I'll be doing the walkthroughs. Okay, so let's do a walkthrough now. Alright, now I'll be doing the walkthroughs. Here's one scramble. I'll be doing 3 or 4 walkthroughs. So here is one scramble. Now the first step was to pair up an edge. So I'll just find a yellow center, which is right here. So I'll pair that up. Then I'll look at the second color, which is green, and find the green center, which is right over here. So I'll put that up. Then you find the corner which is supposed to go here, which is the yellow and green corner. So the yellow and green is right below where it's supposed to be, and then you perform R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R, and then D. That will get the corner in. And now I'm supposed to pair up the red one. So find the red one, which is right over here, put that up, and now the corner is already in its right place, but then it's permuted wrong. Similar case over here. So I'll just fix this corner up by doing R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R, and the Pyramorphix is solved. Alright, here is another case. This pretty much looks like a flower because, well, whatever. So once again, I'll just pair up a center with a corner like that, and then I'll look at the blue one. Where's the blue? Here's the blue. So I'll just put that there and then bring that up. Next I want to look for the blue and red corner piece. It's right below again. So R prime D prime R D r prime d prime r d r prime d prime r d, and that will get the corner in. Then I look like the yellow one. It's already paired up with its center, but the corner is not correct, and if I do that, then it'll mess up the entire Pyramorphix. So this corner is supposed to be swapped with this one, so you put it in such a way that they're in the right position and the centers are supposed to be swapped. So you keep the centers at the back and then you perform this algorithm, and the algorithm again is u r u prime l prime, and then it's u r prime u prime and then l, and then one of the layer will be solved, and then this case is coming up. So this is the case which is the corner which is fallen to the adjacent side. So the algorithm for this again is 2r u prime 2r, then you turn 90 degrees where you get the triangle, and then you go 2r again, u prime 2r u, and then 2r, and then you match the stuff up. Oops. And then this case is coming up for me for where the corner is supposed to go clockwise. So I keep this in the bottom right, I perform a u, and then I go r prime d prime r d, r prime d prime r, and the Pyramorphix is solved. Okay, so this is the last walkthrough. If you want, I'll upload more videos for the walkthroughs for this. You just leave a comment down below and I'll make it for you. So I'll just pair up an edge. This is already an edge. Center yellow, centers here. Pair that up. Bring that up. Find the corner piece for green and yellow. Green and yellow. It's right beneath again. Luck for me. Okay. R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D. Okay, the corner's in. Then you look at the blue one. Where's the blue one? It's right over here, so I'll bring that up. And then here is the center again, so R prime D prime R D. And one of the layers is solved, and then the corner flipped to the adjacent side, so 2R U prime, and then 2R. Go 90 degrees where you get the triangle, and then you perform again 2R U prime, 2R U, and then 2R, and then you fix up the edges, and then you get this case again. So that's clockwise again. Keep it in the bottom right, U, then R prime D prime R D, R prime D prime R, and the Pyramorphix is solved. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you learned how to solve the Pyramorphix. It's pretty easy actually. The algorithms are pretty simple, and I think now you know why it's called the shape mod for the 2x2, because it's pretty similar to that. Also, I just recently got the Pyramorphix, so I just developed it on my own, the method. Like this video, subscribe, and say subscribe because the Cubing Weekly is coming up again. It's going to return tomorrow or day after, and I've got some amazing movies in my mind and movies that I'm going to make. So say subscribe for that. Thanks a lot for watching.